Radio is now in session, and election season is upon us once again. And you may be wondering, an election in 2023, is that even possible? Well, in New Jersey and Virginia, along with states such as Louisiana, Kentucky, and Mississippi, that is true to an extent. It's an odd year. Literally, it's an odd year, 2023. But even with that, there are elections still happening, and an election is an election, and every election has around equal of an importance. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about the New Jersey elections that are happening this year. The way that New Jersey state elections happen is that they occur on odd number years, which is contrary to most of the nation, where it happens on even number years. So in New Jersey, the governor's mansion is up in the first odd year after the presidential election. So 2021 was the last time that happened. And then you also have normally General Assembly seats that occur on the same time as the governor is up for re-election or election, and then also the next odd year after that. So we have that happening here in 2023, but what's special about this election is that the state senate is also up. Normally they're only up for election at the same time that the governor is up for election, but because of redistricting and because of the delays associated with that, the commission for the state of New Jersey for redistricting did not have enough time to draw maps until shortly before the 2021 elections happened. So because of that, they ratified the map late, and then now they have this special election in 2023 to introduce these new maps for the remainder of this decade. So that will happen in 2023, and then the next one will be in 2027. So that's the explanation for the delay there and for the Senate being up this year. But yeah, we have a Republican Party in the state that is wanting to capitalize on all the momentum that is carrying over from 2021. If you remember, the 2021 New Jersey governor's elections were incredibly close between Phil Murphy and Jack Ciattarelli, separated by less than 5 points. And Republicans want to continue that to a state senate and a General Assembly majority. It will be hard, but they have certain factors that are going in favor of them. So the first thing is redistricting. Between 2020 and the 2022 maps, you can see a slight Republican improvement. The new map was actually unanimously adopted by both Republican and Democratic commissioners of the state. But here you can see that the change is relatively minimal, although there are a few shifts for the Republicans. Here you see District 8 is now more Republican favored, and then District 4 is also more competitive, so as District 25, District 21, and District 2. So these are the kinds of areas that Republicans want to target. Southern Jersey here, where the economy has been in decline with the manufacturing companies moving out or shutting down, along with the trucking business generally paying lower wages than they once were in the heydays of the Southern Jersey boom. And then here in Northern Jersey, you have a cost of living crisis where you have more, I guess, Northeast Country Club Republicans who want lower taxes, and then also more and better investments in infrastructure and most importantly, education. So those are some of the issues here. And then in terms of the primary elections that happened, it's a lot like the national environment where you have, on the Republican side, a clash between electability, the Republican candidates who think that they can win the general election, and then also Republicans who are focused on social conservative values. An example of this is in District 3, where you had Edward Durr, the incumbent senator, run against an opposition who criticized his social media posts and said that he had a lower shot at winning re-election because Democrats would now, Southern Democrats and the Norcross family, which is an influential Democratic family operative, they would spend more money to topple him compared to the previous election where he was able to surprisingly win against the Senate president, the incumbent Steve Sweeney, based on spending only $300 or so in his campaign and ride in the coattails of constituents who were frustrated that Sweeney wasn't getting Southern Jersey issues across to Phil Murphy, the sitting governor of New Jersey. So you had that election happening there. In the end, Edward Durr won. And in the end, we saw that a lot of these primaries that were contested, the winner was because the state, or rather the county party chairmen and women endorsed them, which kind of goes to show the strength of party politics in New Jersey that still remains to this day. So that's the primaries over. It was relatively quiet, and that is another benefit for the Republican Party when it comes to the general election, because you can, with a lower turnout, which typically benefits Republicans, but with a lower turnout, you have Democrats that aren't as willing to go out and vote because their incumbent is already in office, and then you also have Republicans who are more willing to vote in this election because they don't like Phil Murphy, the current Democratic governor of New Jersey. You have those two things in the mix, and then when you add issues such as the cost of living crisis that is happening in northern Jersey and along the Northeast Corridor train line, with higher taxes and a lack of investments that have contributed to noticeable improvements in the quality of life. And then in southern Jersey, with the economic decline, Republicans are hoping to flip this district here with a retiring Democratic state senator, I believe that's District 4, which is very doable considering that Democrats have had a major collapse in southern Jersey over the past couple of years since Jeff Van Drew flipped to the Republican Party in, I believe, 2017. He's the congressional member from New Jersey's 2nd district, and then they can also flip potentially District 11, although Vingopal is the sit-in state senator here in this district. He is very popular with his constituents, but you can also flip this district here, District 38, based off of the 2021 governor's election in that region. The shift from Democrats in the Democratic vote share was very noticeable here in Passaic County, where there were a lot less Democratic support for Phil Murphy. So you can flip those 3 seats potentially. But from there, it gets a lot harder for the Republican Party, and that's why they need a conflux of all of these issues to happen at once in favor of their party. So that's the state of play in New Jersey right now. It's a lot like what's happened previously in 2021 and 2019. And so we'll see how this turns out. But if you live in New Jersey, it's important that you learn about these issues and also go out and vote, because in an election like this, especially one with lower turnout than normal, since most people don't even know that New Jersey has odd year elections, it's very important for your voice to be heard. So that's the state of play of New Jersey. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is now adjourned, and I'll see you in the next one.